everyone, and welcome to Tiger Talk. Gerard Wellbrock with you as we talk some Fort Hays State football with head coach Chris Brown. We're at Horizon Appliance Electronics and Mattress.
Jacob Mazzara throws on first down to Harley Hazlett. Hazlett into the clear at the 35, turns the Jets to the 40, breaks a tackle in midfield. Here he goes. 10-5. It is a touchdown on the first play of the game. 6-0.
It's time for Tiger Talk on the Tiger Sports Network. Presented by Horizon Appliance and Mattress. The lowest prices on kitchen and laundry appliances, Traeger grills, and accessories. And most importantly, mattresses. Open 7 days a week at 1501 East 27th in Hays. Horizon Appliance and Mattress. Tiger Talk is also brought to you by these premier Tiger sponsors. Golden Belt Bank of Hays and Ellis. The Hays Med Orthopedic Institute. Part of the University of Kansas Health System. The Certified Public Accountants of Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball. BTI. The Taco Shop. G&L Tire and Automotive.
And a good Monday, and welcome into Tiger Talk. This is Gerard Wellbrock, and we are with you from Horizon Appliance and Mattress in Hays. Talking a little Fort Hays State football with head coach Chris Brown. We're glad to certainly have you a part of the program here from Horizon Appliance and Mattress. Great place. We're tucked in with the Traeger grills today. Kind of a dangerous place to be. They've got a lot of great stuff. Not only the grills, but all the accessories to go with it, and a huge selection of wood pellets for your Traeger grill behind us. So stop on by 1501 East 27th in Hays at Horizon Appliance and Mattress, and of course Traeger grills. And a big thank you to the folks at Warren's Meat Market. I guess we'll call them the official meat provider for Tiger Talk. They're have the Traegers grilled up, and we're going to enjoy some great I'm not sure what's being cooked today, but we're going to enjoy some great food off the Traeger from here at Horizon Appliance and Mattress at the conclusion of the program today. We're certainly glad to have you a part of it. Unfortunately, kind of rough times right now, I guess, so to speak. Just in a sense, as Chris Brown, the head coach of the Tigers, joins us. It's been a while since you've been in this position. 0-2, first time since 2013. That's been the case for Fort Hays State football. Another tough one this past Thursday night against Missouri Western. How are you and everybody hanging in there right now?
We're doing all right. I'm not just going to put all the blame on myself. I just got to get these kids more prepared and get them ready and get them playing harder and playing more physical. And I got to find a way to do that this week. And but we're doing good. We got like a one game at a time now, and instead of worrying about championships and things like that, we just need to worry about winning a ball game and getting them back on the right track.
I guess in a sense, and you kind of said it in so many words after the game on Thursday night, but it's kind of soul-searching time. I think you said players need to look in the mirror, and I guess it starts there. I mean, each and every individual player trying to figure out maybe what I'm not doing well enough or what I can do better or what it's going to take. And you start there and put it all together, and hopefully that can lead to some better things.
Yeah, it is. And it goes across the board. Coaches need to do the same thing. Players need to do it. We all just need to take a, step back, look in the mirror and see what we got to do better. And, as coaches, I got to coach better, and I expect all my other coaches to do the same thing. They got to prepare our kids and get them ready. And then our kids need to either maybe buy in a little bit more, practice a little bit harder, put a little bit more time in the film room, or pay a little bit more attention to meetings, and to the little things and really the detail stuff. But I think we're going to be fine. And I still think we got a very good football team. We just got to put all this together and keep playing harder and and play more physical. And that's what I really think the last 2 weeks are. Is those teams wanted it more than we did, and they came out physical and aggressive and and put the hammer on us, and we just kind of sat back and took it.
And I'm not going to use the word complacent, but you kind of alluded to it, I think, after the game as well. You're getting everybody's best shot. You're the two-time reigning conference champions, and you've got to bring it. And you've won so many football games, really the last 4 years. I'm not going to say it comes easy, but you almost kind of get, that's just Fort Hays State comes out, we play, and we win football games. And when that doesn't happen, it's kind of a shock to the system a little bit.
Yeah, it is. And it's, but to win those football games, you still got to play hard. You still got to play physical, and that's what the teams in the past have done. And maybe we did get a little complacent, as players and maybe even as coaching staff, just kind of trying to keep kids healthy and making sure they're not getting injured, and maybe taking a little bit lighter in practice so we don't have those injuries, because one injury can cost you a lot in this season. So we just got to practice hard this week, get after it, be physical, being aggressive, and really honing in on making ourselves better, as a coaching staff, as players, and make this team better.
0-2 right now, and obviously you're to the point you don't even pay attention to the conference standings, but watching other games, and there was a few on Saturday able to watch, and just checking out the games from week one. It seems like in the MIAA over the years there's been 2 or 3 at the very top, and they're obviously the 2 or 3 best teams. You have a big chunk in the middle that are battling, and then you have a couple at the bottom. It almost seems like this year there's not that 1 or 2 or 3 at the top. There's about 8 or 9 all kind of together, and you got a couple at the bottom trying to figure things out a little bit right now. So even though you're 0-2, just watching teams play, nobody just wows you, but nobody's really bad. I mean, I think there's going to be some losses this year in the league, and I know you can't think about that, but even though you have 2 now, I think your team still has a chance to at least become a factor and maybe get back into the conference race, just because I think teams are going to beat each other up before it's all said and done.
I agree with you. I really do. I mean, Central Missouri is a very good football team. Northwest is a very good football team. I mean, Washburn had them down to the wire. Mm-hmm. Central handled Northeastern pretty easily, but then you look at the Pitt and the UCO game, that was a battle. And then, I mean, it is a tough conference. I think everybody's pretty much even. It's just who makes the least amount of mistakes, who plays harder, who plays more physical, and we haven't done that. And those teams that usually win these ball games don't make a lot of mistakes, and they play physical and they play hard, and that's just something we got to get back to.
Well, the Tigers will try to get that all started this week as they prepare for the Washburn Ichabods. Coach kind of talked about it, and we'll talk about it a little bit later as we move along in the program. They lost to Northwest on Saturday afternoon, but it was certainly a much closer game than their final score would indicate. They were in that game and led into the third quarter in Maryville. We are on Tiger Talk, and we're coming to you from the Horizon Appliance and Mattress at 1501 East 27th in Hayes. You'll find the lowest prices on kitchen and laundry appliances, of course, Traeger grills, and their great mattress selection. We were in the mattress section of the store last week, and we're in the Traeger section here today. And boy, a lot of great Traeger grills and all the accessories, the grill covers, all the barbecue accessories you need. Of course, a great selection of wood pellets as well here at Horizon Appliance and Mattress, 1501 East 27th in Hayes. We'll take our first break. More with the head coach of the Tigers, Chris Brown, right after this on the Tigers Sports Network, built by Paul Wertenberger Construction.
I'm Patty Stoll, broker-owner of Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. We want your dreams to become a reality. Coldwell Banker Executive Realty prides itself in putting you first.
First and 10, Tigers at their own 38-yard line. Dandre Reed is in there. He'll line up here on the near side. Back to pass is Fuller looking field downfield. Reed to catch over the right shoulder at the 20. His momentum carries him down to the 15. It'll be a first and 10 for Fort Hays State, and they have the quick hitter across the middle, the speedster Dandre Reed, all the way down to the 11-yard line on a gain of 46.
Now, some of the action early on from Thursday night in front of a good crowd at Lewis Field. The Tigers and Missouri Western. Fort Hays State would eventually lose to the Griffins, but that was a big play for Dandre Reed using his speed. And just like you did at Central, Missouri got off to a quick start. Unfortunately, had to settle for the field goal, but a big hitting play. That's the one thing that has not been a problem for this team. They seem to get off to pretty quick starts.
Yeah, we get some fast starts. Now we just need to finish the drives, touchdowns and instead of field goals. But, Dandre, he's got some good speed there. I mean, I wish he could have kept his feet and gotten to the end zone. I mean, he just kind of got tripped up a little bit, got a little off balance and lost his footing. But, again, another situation to put a touchdown in the end zone, and, we settled for a field goal.
He seemed like he was out there a little bit more on Thursday night. But was that a part of the game plan or just kind of the way the game evolved? Seemed like he had a few more reps at that wide receiver spot.
We just need to get him, more touches, I think, as well, because he's very athletic. He's fast. he can, put a lot of pressure on our defense just with his speed. So no, we're trying to find ways to get him the ball and get him out there on the field, and maybe use him as a decoy sometimes or whatnot. But he's a kid that has a lot of talent, and he's fast and he's quick, and we got to use that to our to our advantage.
You mentioned the disappointment was you had to settle for a field goal on that opening drive. You got it down to I think the 3-yard line, and then had a false start. And so instead of first and goal at the 3, it's at the 8, and it just seemed to derail. But I know, and you kind of touched on it after the game, not an excuse. You're still end goal from the 8-yard line. You should find a way to get 6 and not 3.
You should, and the false start. I mean, it's 2nd and 7 or 1st and 7, 1st and 8 from the, and goal. And we still got to score a touchdown there. There's no reason why we shouldn't get in there still. And the false start itself was, quarterback gave the cadence, set it all out. We just 2 guys moved like they were supposed to, and the other ones didn't. I guess they didn't hear the cadence. So, and the center didn't hear it as well, so he didn't snap the ball. So that's kind of, you wonder what the heck's going on there in those situations. Are we just not totally locked in and focused or what? But when 3 guys are ready to go and the other, 8 aren't, there's a problem there. So we got to figure that out.
That's interesting, and it's kind of funny because I'm sure on the official stats, and you go down who gets penalty yardage, 3 guys are going to get credit for penalties.
Yep.
But technically they were not wrong. It was the other 8 should get the penalty yardage against them. I don't know I know in the NFL you do penalties, you may get fined. I don't know if you make them run or what you do to counteract penalties, but that's kind of interesting. The stats don't always tell the story, because the person penalized actually was the only one right on that situation. That's crazy. It was a 10-play, 71-yard drive, one of your better drives of the year. You had only 69 yards combined on your next 9 possessions. Obviously, that was a problem in the game on Thursday.
It was, just not getting first downs. And, you look back at it, and we're a lot of 3rd and long situations instead of 3rd and short. And, it's hard to get 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 8. I mean, those are tough situations to put your offense into. So, we got to do a better job on first down. We got to do a better job on second down. We got to be able to start running the ball better than what we did, because we did not run the ball very well at all. And then some of it goes to a guy missing a block or a back missing the hole. Is, when you look at it, and it's, every guy's got to do his job. And we just had one guy in each one of those situations that just didn't do their job, and it cost us.
Yeah, 14 yards of rushing in the game. You're next to last in the conference through the first 2. It's just 75.5 yards. And it's easy to blame running backs. Just like when a pass is incomplete, it's easy to blame the quarterback sometimes, but it may be a wrong route run. And same thing with the running game. Yeah, there probably is some blame for the running backs, but it takes more than that to make a run game work. And right now, none of it seems to be meshing very well.
Yeah, it's not. Just, guys maybe coming off the double team a little bit too early, or not, staying, just need to stay on a little bit longer, or, a guy not seeing the block, or the back not seeing the hole and being patient enough to understand when it's actually going to open up. And, it's a lot of different things. It's just, we got to get it cleaned up. We got to be sharper. And it's just, guys don't exactly what they're supposed to do. So, we give tests all the time to make sure they understand blocking schemes and where they're supposed to be. And I guess we just got to give a little bit harder tests, I guess. I don't know. But, that's something that's got to get better. We have to establish a run game. You don't want to become one-dimensional, because, your life becomes really tough at that point.
And you kind of saw that a little bit on Thursday night. I think Missouri Western kind of had a pretty good feeling you're going to throw the football. And I'm sure they felt confident when you run it, they're going to be able to stop it with that front line they have. But you could kind of see that, and then that made the passing game really challenging.
It is. They'll pin their ears back and twist a lot, and as a DB, it's not play action anymore. It's a pass, so you can only play the pass pretty hard. So you put yourself in a tough spot when you're 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12. I mean, you can run screens and draws, but everybody knows there's a screen or a draw coming as well, so be prepared for that. So it's just, you make yourself predictable, and you don't want to be predictable, on any down.
You mentioned struggling on 3rd down, and we've talked about this over the years. A lot of that is predicated what you do on 1st down and running the ball. Your best run on 1st down was 4 yards. 4 of your runs on 1st down were negative plays, and you've not had a 20-yard rushing play this year. Corey Tutson was close at Central. He went for 18. I think he had another 17-yarder. You're not quite getting those quick hitters that you've become so accustomed to in the running game yet this season.
You haven't, but when you go back and watch film, it's just to one guy. If we had that one guy make it, it's not the same guy every time. Is the thing.
That'd be easy to fix.
Yeah, that'd be easy to fix. We just put somebody else in there, but it's always one guy every single play, and then sometimes it's blocked up perfectly, and your back just doesn't see the hole where it's supposed to be at, and it's just frustrating as a coach. You hopefully it all starts to click here pretty soon, and hopefully this is the week it starts to click because we need to get that run game going. But we should probably have 10 to 12, maybe even 15 plays over 20 yards rushing if they just see the hole or make that one block.
I'll ask you about Charles Tigner a little bit. He got the start again, and some of the numbers are skewed because he had a bad snap on a punt, and that goes as a negative rush play. He ran the ball for 44 yards, 16 carries. I know 2.8 per carry. You'd like that a little bit higher. He seemed to hit the hole a little quicker. I mean, was he closer to what you're hoping to see from him at that running back position? Didn't seem to be as dancing and going lateral as much as he was in week one.
Yeah, he's getting closer. And, again, it all kind of just – does the back trust the lineman? Do the lineman trust the back? I mean, does the lineman make the block? Well, the guy missed it this time. I mean, it just all goes off of that building that trust one another and just going with your instincts and seeing it. And, we just don't have that right now. We just don't our running backs aren't trusting the lineman's blocks. And, sometimes there's a reason not for it because it hasn't been there. So we just got to get it worked out. Just, we're back. If it's not there back, just get your head down, bury it, and let's go get 4 or 5 yards.
Now the Tigers will try to improve on that running game this Saturday. Their first Saturday game of the year. They'll be in Topeka taking on the Washburn Ichabods in a 1 o'clock kick. We are at Horizon Appliance in Mattress, 1501 East 27th in Hayes. We're in the Traeger section today. They've got all their sauces and rubs and different things, all the barbecue accessories. Of course, a great selection of Traeger grills, the grill covers, all of those. And we're right by all the wood pellets, and you can smell them. They have an incredible aroma. Apple, of course, the mesquite, the hickory, the cherry, the maple, all the different wood pellet flavors to help make your next barbecue outing a great one. And, of course, the little mini Traegers for tailgating, perfect, so you can get that great Traeger taste when you tailgate at the next Tiger home game in a couple of weeks. We're going to get a sample some off the Traeger grills. They're cooking for us today, and we'll be eating after the program here at Horizon Appliance and Mattress. And, again, a thank you to Warren's Meat Market for supplying the meat so we can eat after the program here today. We're going to take another break. Back with more on Tiger Talk here on the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wertenberger Construction.
Ready to discover something new? The next time you're in your car, tune your radio to 94.3 FM.
It's here.
It's Hayes' greatest hits.
Love it.
On 1400 KAYS and 94.3 FM.
94.3 FM, KAYS. Go ahead, check us out.
Tigers again knocking on the door. They need some points, down 21-3 with 8.5 to go. Fuller in the pocket, throws to the end zone. Ramsey open, touchdown! Fort Hays State, Manny Ramsey, a 28-yard touchdown catch. And the Tigers have their first touchdown of the game. They're still breathing with 8:24 to play, down 21-9. Yeah, unfortunately, it took a while to get into the end zone. You finally did, and Manny, one of his 5 catches, a big game for him. 5 catches, 102 yards, and of course that touchdown there. And we saw glimpses of it last year as a redshirt freshman. He has some good speed, pretty good hands. Another of that deep receiving core that had a big game on Thursday, and hopefully the first of many big games throughout the rest of this year.
I hope so. He's a tremendous kid as well. I mean, he's works hard every single day, runs great routes, he's got good hands, so he finds a way to get himself open, and Chance is able to find him. So we know we got to keep using him as well, and just let him do his thing on the football field.
If I'm remembering right, he's Canadian Texas. Don't they play 8-man football there?
Something like that. I don't know if they got 8-man. It might be 6.
It might be 6-man, but I mean, yeah.
But I believe he was an 11-man football player. I mean, okay. Honestly, so, but I don't know. He's got something about him.
Well, I know it's a small Texas high school, and he certainly has had a big game. And it kind of felt like, I mean, Lane Bieberly had that muff punt. It just felt like after that it was tough for him to get in. Harley Hazlett got into the act later. Was it stuff that Western was doing, trying to take them out? It just felt like some of your main guns weren't real big factors on Thursday night.
I think it's just a mixture of I think they're stressing too much, putting maybe too much pressure on him to be that next, the group that doesn't set us back. And it's hard year in and year out to win the conference championship. It is. It really, really is. And I think they're just pressuring themselves a little bit too much and trying not to make a mistake. And then we try not to make mistakes. You end up making the mistakes, and you're playing not to lose instead of, playing to win. And I think it's just all of it together right now. We just got to get back to our old selves, have some confidence, play hard, and play physical. And, those guys can make plays for us. You've seen it for years. 3 years now. They're going to be back.
Lane had that rough, muffed punt, and that was really kind of the turning point of the game. It's 7-3 at that point, and he is so sure-handed. Looking back, maybe one of those he should have let go. Is kind of a tough play to him to make. Obviously trying to make a play, but it just felt like after that, and then they scored, it was just an uphill climb the rest of the night.
It was, but that's, this is his fourth year starting, right? And he's been back there a lot, and he's made those mistakes as a freshman, and he should have learned from that by now. But it's just a kid trying to make a play and make things happen. But understand the situation, understand how it can affect the game, and it impacted us negatively.
We talked about the lack of the running game and how the O-line has a part of that. One thing I think they have improved on and did a pretty good job, but it seemed like Chance had pretty good time to throw the ball. The pass protection of this group has been pretty solid so far this year.
Yeah, they have been. They've done a great job. I think this last game against Mill West, I think he got hit twice maybe, and that was it. I don't know if we gave up a sack or not, but I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
He got hit twice, and that's all I remember is him getting hit twice in that game. But he needs to sit in there a little bit longer too, and he was a little antsy that game, and he stared down his receivers a little bit as well. And but again, you got to remember he's just a sophomore. We don't think he's a sophomore.
It's hard to remember that. You're right.
Because he's played a lot of games for us, and you really got to understand that this is really only his fourth start, as a quarterback. So. He's going to get better. He just needs to keep getting reps and improving every single day and keep being the leader that he is, and he's going to be fine. Yeah,
because it felt like he was off a little bit early, but as that game went and you tried to get that comeback, his accuracy improved a little bit. But I'm glad you brought that point up because it is. He has played in some big games in Fort Hays State in his young time here, third year in the program, but 4 starts. Relatively speaking, he's a youngster, and there's always games like that. Jacob Mazzara had games like that when he was a younger quarterback, and you look at any great one, the early years, and they learn from it, and Chance is a sharp kid. And he obviously very good football savvy. I'm guessing he took all that to heart and will learn from it and come out even better on Saturday.
Yeah, and he beat himself up, just over this last game about his performance, but so you got to look back and see, some guys didn't run the right routes. Some guys dropped some balls. There's a lot of different things that go into it. And there's some things that you need to work on as well. And, that's not just him losing that ball game. That's us as a whole group losing that ball game together. The last 2 we lost, as a group. And he'll get better. He's got to come back out positive today with a great attitude, while we're practicing. And let's get this thing rolling. And, it's time.
Tigers in Washburn this Saturday. We'll talk more about it here in just a little bit. We are broadcasting from Horizon Appliance and Mattress. They have the lowest prices on kitchen and laundry appliances. Of course, all the mattresses. We were in the mattress section last week. We're at the Traeger Grill section for the program today, and we've been talking all the great Traeger grills, many different varieties for you, big ones, littler ones, whatever you need, but all the accessories, the sauces, the rubs, the grill cleaners, everything you might need. Of course, all the pellets, wood pellets here as well. They've got so many different varieties to choose from. Stop on by. They're your Traeger Grill headquarters, really. For your next tailgate, you need some supplies, come and get it here at Horizon Appliance and Mattress. They're open 7 days a week at 1501 East 27th in Hays. We will take another break. Back with more on Tiger Talk here along the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wurtenberger Construction.
Horizon, the appliance and mattress store for you. Did you know sleep is the single most important thing you'll do today? Experts recommend replacing your mattress every 10 years. See the all-new Tempur-Pedic Breeze. It transfers heat away from your body, helping you sleep up to 8 degrees cooler all night long. Receive up to 48 months no interest and take home a $300 gift with purchase. Get the sleep you deserve. Horizon, the appliance and mattress store for you in Hays.
Hazlett and Kinnaman, wide receivers far side.
Here's full to throw. Hit as he's thrown. He looks for Hazlett. Makes a great one-handed catch up the near sideline 30. Makes a man miss to the 20 and then taken down there. Oh, what a catch from Harley Hazlett. Hauls it in with one hand. Brought down by DJ Sturgis, but not before getting down to the 19-yard line on a gain of 48. Now, second biggest play of the night for the Tigers. Harley finished with 5 catches and 90 yards. Here's another one. Took him a little while to get going, but he made some big plays as you tried to make that comeback there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we know we had opportunities, a lot in that game to make some things happen, to get some points on the board, and, that was one of them. And, there's other plays in that game. You go back and look, if we just would hit the right guy or we would have caught the ball, it would have been a touchdown as well. So, we just got to start making plays early and often and continue doing that throughout the whole game.
They had one look like they're going to have a pin deep. They have a penalty on a return. Then you get the face mask, so they offset, and then you had the bad snap or mishandled on the snap, gave them the short field for the score, and that would pretty much put the ball game away. And that was just kind of unfortunate because, you talk about hidden yards in a game. They were going to be pinned inside their 10.
Yep.
Instead, they end up getting the ball at your 20, and that's obviously hard to overcome.
Yeah, and it falls apart. It falls apart sometimes, and that's exactly what happened. Things were going bad, and then just another thing would happen that went bad, and it's just we gotta stop. Something happens bad, just let it go. Let's move on and let's forget about it and. Quit making these dumb mistakes and quit pressuring ourselves. Let's just go play some Tiger football like we have in the past.
In one other area, and you look at how you've won games, really since you've been here, but the last, look at especially the last 4 years because you've been at a high, extreme level there with the 2 bowl games and the 2 playoff appearances. But takeaways. Last year, you led the MIAA in takeaways, and you're usually near the top 2 or 3 in that category. But only 2 takeaways so far through 2 games, both fumble recoveries, and you're -1 in turnover margin. That is very un-Fort Hays State-like.
Yeah, it is. Usually we take care of the ball pretty well, and we usually get a lot of turnovers on defense and on special teams as well. So, there's areas we got to work on, and we talk about all the time, but it still comes down to the kids making the plays and and putting ourselves in situations to make those plays. And stress an offense or stress a defense to to make sure that we can make things happen. And we really haven't stressed anybody right now. Only people that are stressed is we're stressing ourselves. And you start stressing and pressuring yourselves, and bad things happen. So we just got to get back to the way we used to play and quit getting up to big plays, on defense as well. That hurt us quite a bit. But, eliminate those big plays and go make some big plays, and, good things will happen.
Gave up a few less, though, I thought, in the Missouri Western game than you did Central Missouri. Now, the Mules have a prolific offense. They're going to have a lot of big plays on a lot of good defenses. But 2 of the scores for Western came on short fields after the muff punt at the 20, and then the bad center to punter exchange, if you will, on the punt, and gave up scores there. Only 14 points other than that, and then there was a stretch getting late in the fourth. He'd given up under 100 yards of offense in that second half. Felt like the defense maybe took a step forward and grew up a little bit, and hopefully something to build off of.
Yeah, I thought they played well in the first half. I thought they, the third quarter, I thought was probably some of their best football all year long, and then the fourth quarter just let those little things happen, and that cost us points. But I thought as these young guys mature, they get better each week, and then they play harder, and they're doing some good things. Now we just need to start putting all this together offensively and defensively. So I think it's there. We just got to find a way to get it out of them. Again, just start taking 1 week at a time, and play hard and play physical, and just do your job. That's it. Just do your job and worry about your job, and hopefully things will work out for us.
No Jaimin Preston in this game, still out for a while with that elbow injury. So I know you had to move Will White, who was at that outside linebacker, banded back, however you want to call it, and had to move him back to corner. And then Hayden Kreitzer got his first career start on Thursday night. But how does that affect things on the defensive end? Obviously, you bring in a redshirt senior as a starter, but not a lot of starting experience. And Jaimin, probably one of your better cover corners and cover defensive backs on the team. Obviously, there's got to be a little residual effect when he's not out there.
A little bit, but it's, we always try to prepare these guys to be starters, and, you're going to have injuries as the year goes on, and, you just got to be ready and be able to do the job when you get out there. And, and Kreiter's more than capable of doing the job for us. I think he's physical, he's hard-nosed, he's smart, and, I know he can get the job done. Will just going from bandit to corner.
Right.
Now you just got to get comfortable playing that corner position. So, and it just takes time, and it's just, it's a mentality that, you're on the field and it's time to play football. Let's just go play football and do your job and do your assignment. And, that's what we need to do right now with those guys.
Up front, looked like you guys rotated quite a few guys in that game Thursday.
Yeah, we did. I thought we did, a good job with that, and, just trying to keep them fresh as the game went on. And, hopefully in the fourth quarter we got our best guys out there. So trying to continue to do that as well, on the defensive side, just keep them fresh. And then when the fourth quarter rolls around, we got to play the guys that are playing best. And, Coach Ike will choose, who those guys are, when that time comes.
Well, the Tigers try to have a short memory, although they get a little bit longer week this week with the Thursday game. They don't play till Saturday. They will be in Topeka, Yager Stadium, taking on the Washburn Ichabods. And in our final segment, we will have a preview of that ball game coming up Saturday afternoon. We are at Horizon Appliance and Mattress, where you'll find the lowest prices on kitchen and laundry appliances, Trigger grills, and, of course, their great mattress selection. They're at 1501 East 27th and Hayes, Horizon Appliance and Mattress. We'll take our final break and back with our final segment right here on Tiger Talk along the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wurtenberger Construction.
That was another legend on 99 KZ Country. And yes, before that, we had a brand new artist. Your home for today's stars and the legends. We play real country. I'm Teresa Trapp. Weather, news, sports, it's all here. We're on Facebook, and there is a listen live link at hayespost.com. Dial us in on your radio at 99.5 FM. KHAZ, Real Country. 99 KZ Country.
Tigner to the right of Fuller. Butke, the tight end, comes in motion. Fuller to throw into the end zone. It's going to be caught. Touchdown, Fort Hays State. That's Hunter Butke, the tight end from Beloin, with his second career touchdown catch. Fort Hays State a quick strike, down 28-15 with 2:18 to play. Yeah, good to see Hunter get back into the end zone, and he's a guy you can just see his growth. He's another youngster, got some time a year ago, but continues to get better, and it seems like he's got a little bit bigger role in the offense. And as he continues to develop and learning from Matt Wendelberger, learning from a pretty good one, he's got a chance to be a nice, valuable tight end on this team as his career rolls along.
He does. I think the ceiling's so high for him right now. I don't think he's even tapped into his potential of where he could be at, and very athletic, great size, runs well. His blocking has improved tremendously. I mean, this kid is going to be a good football player. He just needs to have that confidence, believe in himself, and just understand the tools that he has right now. There's not a lot of guys with the tools that he has. He just needs to use them.
You've got a couple of tight ends, a couple of young guys who are redshirting in the program, and you have one that's injured right now. But that's a position. You've got some weapons here. It's exciting when they get their chance here next year and the years ahead of what that position can be, because it's been a solid one. Of course, when you have a Matt Wendelberger, such a versatile part of the offense, but it seems like you've always had solid tight end play, which obviously can make a big difference on offense.
It is, because we do some 12 personnel, quite a bit in game situations, and your tight ends are always good on special teams as well. So, so we try to put, and I coach that position, so we try to stack that position and get the best players there. So, so I don't look so bad on game day and through practice. But no, there's a good group. You got Matt, and you got Butke, and you got Jacoby, and you got Peyton Hill, and you got Brenner that's injured right now that should be coming back. And I mean, it's a good group. And then the Wiltfong kid from Norton. I mean, long run, that kid's going to be really good, big, tall kid, strong. I mean, 240, 250 right now, runs pretty well for that size. If we get to run a little bit better, that'd be awesome. But I mean, it's a good group. They just need to continue to get better.
All right, Tigers head to Topeka on Saturday, taking on the Washburn Ichabods, and needless to say, and you hate to use a must-win scenario, but it really is. And if you want to have any chance at being in the picture for the conference championship, but I'm guessing for you guys, it's not even looking at it that way. A situation. Let's just go out there and play Fort Hays State football, and this is the next opportunity to do it in Topeka.
That's it. Go play the way we used to play. Quit worrying about everything else, and you start winning a lot of games, people start patting you on the back, telling you how great you are, and sometimes it just kind of makes you quit working as hard. I guess I don't know how to. But our kids do work hard still, but thinking it was going to come easy, and And we try to tell them it's not going to be easy. You got that target on your back now, the bullseye, and people still now want to beat you because you know in the years past you've beat these teams, and they're looking for a little revenge. So you're going to get everybody's best each week. And you know, Coach Bryant had a good saying the other day. You know, it's the sharks in the water right now because you know the blood's flowing. We're 0-2, and they smell it, and Tigers are down a little bit. And are they not? So let's go after them. Let's attack them. And you know, we just got to get back to playing Tiger football. I think we got a great team still. I think we got tremendous, you know, athletes on both sides of the ball. I know we're physical. I've seen us play very, very physical with these same kids. We just got to get back to playing our ball and quit worrying about championships and quit worrying about this and that and just worry about, you know, ourselves and getting better and winning this game.
Well, one thing that would be nice to see is a Tiger team play well in Topeka because it's not just this group. It goes back a long time. You've lost 9 straight at Yager Stadium. That's your longest losing streak on the road against any conference foe. And there's been some close games. There's been some overtime games. But, boy, for whatever reason, things haven't gone well. You're due to play well inside in that stadium in Washburn.
Yeah, we are. You know, every game you go back and watch that we played there, we had some bad things happen. Fake punts, fake field goals. I mean, drop punt. I mean, you name it. Kickoff returns for touchdowns, punt returns for touchdowns. You name it, it happened to us in those games. So hopefully we got all that out of our way, you know, these first 2 games, and now we're back to playing some solid football and getting back on the on the winning track and making good things happen.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. Coach Shirk's been there a long time. You've obviously had your success at Fort Hays State. Now you have kids playing for you. His is a little bit different role. His is a starting quarterback, but your oldest is on the Tiger team and seeing some special teams duties right now. So it's got to be special, I think, for you, and probably a little stressful as well, a little different when your son is on the team. But for Coach Shirk, his kid is the quarterback. There's obviously a lot riding on him, but probably stressful, unique, but kind of pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it is. You know, they were buddies growing up, you know, as well, and so they'll talk, you know, before the game, and, you know, and so will I. I'll give Mitch a lot of crap before the game just to harass him a little bit and try to get in his head, but it won't work because I know how the kid is. He just laughs it off. But that is, you know, Coach Shergan is his son's the starting quarterback. That's got to be tough, you know, as a coach. And, you know, especially when you're playing teams like the game last week against Northwest, you know how physical and aggressive their defense is. I mean, that's a scary situation to put your son into, and he did a great job. You know, mine's playing some special teams. You just can't have a bust on special teams, so you know we can hide those a little bit more. When you're the quarterback, I mean that's hard to see because everybody sees it. But Mitch is a good kid. He's a hard worker. He's smart. He throws a good ball, gets himself out of trouble, and you know he's a good quarterback.
They, I don't know if they struggled. They had a battle with Lincoln the first half of their game. They ended up winning it big. And that Northwest score is a little misleading because they had the lead in the third, and then, you know, it kind of unraveled. Northwest scored to take the lead, and then they had an interception. And then Northwest scored, and you just kind of see Washburn kind of had their numbers down a little bit and kind of got away from them, but played really well. And it's kind of like you look at Missouri Western against Northwest. For two-thirds of that game, they were probably the better team. I don't know if you can say Washburn was better, but they were certainly on par with Northwest for most of that contest, which goes to show the quality of team they're going to have, and your team is going to have to face on Saturday.
Yeah, they're a good football team. Both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, they're solid. I mean, their special teams are very good as well. And, you know, looking back at that Northwest game, I mean, they had them 17-14. Then, like you said, the interception. Then there was a muff punt. They gave them a short field as well. And, you know, Northwest is going to capitalize on those things. Just, you know, they've done it for so many years, and you know they're going to be a tough team. We got to get ourselves ready. We got to be, you know, we got to lick our wounds and get over the past and let's move forward. I think we're worried about having the first 2 weeks. You just need to worry about what we're going to do now moving forward to make ourselves better and go win this ball game.
I think it's interesting. You lead the conference in passing. You threw for 333 yards each of the first 2 games. They're number 2 in the MIAA against the pass. You got strength on strength. Obviously, you'd like to run the ball a little bit better, so you don't have to rely on the pass, but that'll be interesting to see how your offense attacks the pass game against one of the better teams against their pass so far this season.
Yeah, they got some good speedy corners now. They got some length as well. They got 3 kids they play with, you know, the corner position when they want to play some man coverage stuff and things, but you know they're very solid. You know, safeties are good, linebackers are good. You know, D-line's not the biggest group of D linemen that you've seen, but very active and penetrate very well and slant very well, and you know cause some havoc up front. And then you know their offense is just typical 12 personnel, 21 personnel, ground and pound, play action. Yeah. I I mean, they got some big guys up front that like to move people, so it's going to be a tough ball game, real very, very tough ball game.
I think they play like half their roster's running back. I think they played 7 different guys at running back on Saturday. They stay fresh. That's certainly going to be a challenge for your D-line.
It is, and then we just got to stay to the grind and keep working and just chomp at the bit. Let's just get to work and play hard every single play. That's the thing we're lacking right now is playing hard every play. Playing physical every play, just pinning our ears back and just getting after it. Now, that's all we got to do this week is just get after it.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. It certainly should be an intriguing game, certainly. A 1 o'clock kick at Yager Stadium in Topeka, the Tigers and the Ichabods. Coach, we appreciate the time as always, and look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thanks, Gerard.
There you go, head coach Chris Brown of the Fort Hays State Tigers, and as they take on the Washburn Ichabods. Hey, you can watch Tiger Talk online at HaysPost.com. Just hover over that Eagle TV icon at the top left corner and click on Tiger Talk. Of course, the video replay Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. on Eagle Cable TV's channel 614 and 14. And, of course, as we said, anytime at HaysPost.com. Tiger Talk brought to you by these premier Tiger sponsors. The Hayes Med Orthopedic Institute, part of the University of Kansas Health System. The Taco Shop, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, Golden Bell Bank of Hayes and Ellis, BTI, and G&L Tire and Automotive. And, of course, Horizon Appliance and Mattress, where you'll find the lowest prices on kitchen and laundry appliances, Traeger grills, and mattresses. They're at 1501 East 27th in Hayes. Tigers kick it 1 Saturday from Topeka. We'll talk to you next Monday here on Tiger Talk.